Hi and welcome to today's mini yoga session. We will be focusing a lot on the lower body, but also a little bit on the shoulders and the triceps. And today we will be using a yoga strap. It might be handy. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or a long scarf, a thin towel, or something like that. So we'll start by stretching the plantar fascia in broken toe pose. So come to your knees, and from here, tuck your toes under and lean back. Keep breathing slowly, focusing on the exhale, and find the position that you can hold for a few breaths. And that might mean that you can go all the way onto your heels, or that's too much, you can bring your torso slightly forward to put less pressure on your feet, on your toes. Let's do 4 more breaths here. Last one. And then come forward, untuck your toes. Sit for a moment on your heels and allow your toes to relax. And then come to standing for deep squat, the Malasana pose. So if your heels don't touch the floor when you're in a deep squat, roll a blanket and place it under your heels, or you can use yoga blocks or something to elevate your heels. If it's too heavy or too hard, you can always sit on a block or do it leaning with your back against the wall. Bring your feet slightly wide, toes point slightly outwards, and then just go sink into your squat. Bring your elbows to the inside of your knees, place your hands together, push with your elbows, resist with your knees, and try to lengthen your spine here. Like always, take slow, deep breaths and focus on the exhale. 2 more breaths here. And then release and come to sit behind you. I'll turn first to this side. Stretch your legs. The left one is going to remain stretched. The left one comes over, foot on the front. So you'll turn to your side here. And then lift your pelvis a little bit to allow a slight stretch on the outer thigh. And stay here for a few breaths. One more breath. Lower your hip and let's switch sides. So I'll turn to the other side. Left leg remains straight. Right foot crosses over. So you can turn onto your side here. Left hand nicely stable and sturdy on the mat. And then lift your hip and sink it a little bit for that outer hip stretch. Two more breaths here. And lower down. Bring the legs out in front of you. The feet remain active, toes pointing to the ceiling. And we'll start by bending the right leg and placing the sole of the foot on the inside of the left thigh. Lengthen your spine here. And as you exhale, bend forward and reach for your leg, your ankle, or your foot, whatever is reachable today. And if you don't reach, that strap comes handy. Place it around your foot and use it to pull yourself slightly closer. And once you're here, as you inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, try to bend a little bit closer to your leg. And think in the concept of trying to reach your chin towards your knee or your chest towards your knee in order to keep that length in your back. Couple more breaths here. And then come back up. Stretch the right leg. And bend the left one. Sole of the foot on the inside of your thigh. Turn so you're looking towards your foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, bend forward, hinge from the hips, reach for your leg, ankle, foot, or use your strap. And focus on lengthening as you inhale. And going a tiny little bit deeper as you exhale. Two more breaths here. And then come back up. And let's return to your knees, to our knees. For hero pose or Vipassana, for some people, recline hero pose. Start by sitting between your heels. This might already be too much for some people and create some pressure on your knees. So if that's the case, sit elevated and just push your knees down and lean back to create a quad stretch here. If you can sit in between your heels, then do so. And again, that might be enough, or you might want to lean back as much or as little as you want, including all the way to your shoulders. If your shoulders are on the mat, lift your pelvis, tuck it under, and then lower it again. And once you're here, or wherever you are today, take a few deep breaths. Very deep quad stretch. Focus on your exhales. Keep tucking your tailbone under or tilting your pelvis back. 2 more breaths here. And then use your elbows to push yourself up and come back to sitting. For the next pose, we'll use most likely the strap. I will be using it. It doesn't need to be very long. I will start with first crossing the legs with the knees pointing forward as much as possible. Stack the knees. Bring your heels close to your hips. And then right knee is on top. Right arm comes to the top. Grab that belt. Bend the elbow and reach down with your hand. And then use your left hand below and behind your back to grab onto that belt and pull your right hand down. Here we're stretching both the outer hip and the triceps on the same side. Halfway there, you can stay here or you can lean forward a bit. Still try to keep those arms in line. 2 more breaths. And then come back up and release. We'll switch sides. So this time right knee goes at the bottom, left knee stacks on top. Try to bring your heels close to your hips. Take the strap in your left hand, bring it up, bend the elbow and place the hand somewhere behind your neck. Right arm comes behind and underneath to grab that belt below and pull down. Again, halfway there, so stay here or lean forward. Last 2 breaths. And then come back up and release. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Rotate your thighs maybe slightly inward so your kneecaps are pointing up, your toes are pointing up. And then inhale, lengthen here. And exhale, bend forward, hinge from the hips. Again, reach for your legs, ankles, or feet. Or if you don't reach, you can always use that belt or strap around your feet. Like before, as you inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, try to come a little bit deeper in your fold, thinking of reaching with your chest towards your knees rather than with your head. One last breath here. And then come up. If you were using that strap, release. And we'll finish here today. I hope this short yoga session has served you and helped you relax and stretch. And I hope to see you again next time.